It's a beautiful day for baseball in Maple Grove. Today on CCX, final regular season game for the Edina Hornets and the Maple Grove Crimson. The section playoffs right around the corner. From Maple Grove High School, John Jacobson along with Craig Dexheimer. And Craig, has been a terrific season for the Crimson. They come into today's game 15-3 on the season. They're one of the top teams in the state, if not the top team, according to QRF now, number one. Edina coming in at 10-7.
Absolutely a beautiful day here for baseball at Crimson Field.
Let's look at the Edina batting order for today's game. Hornets, as I mentioned, 10-7 on the season, right in the middle of the Lake Conference. Lewis Meyer, their leadoff hitter, playing at second base. Jack McCoy in left field, batting second. Caden Morgan in center field will hit third. Aiden Begholt at first base will hit fourth, and it's Jackson Nevers at short. Tyler Munson at third base. Leighton Schmidt is the DH. Jack Dobish in right field, and Owen Hatch is the catcher, and he bats ninth for Tommy Nevers and Edina. And Maple Grove defensively today around the infield. Hunter Gerber at first, St. Vitens at second, Brian O'Dwyer at short, and Tanner Albeck at third. In the outfield, it's Devin Hornbacher in left, Jacob Kilzer in center, Aiden McMahon in right, and Chayton Fisher is the catcher today for Maple Grove. Chayton Fisher just named to the North team, or the West team, for the all-area softball team, the Play Ball Minnesota Series, the All-Star Series happening in Chaska in June. So congratulations to him on that honor and making that team.
Yeah, John, should be a good battle here today. Edina coming in. They did find the home field here for Maple Grove. Their bus got a little bit lost on the way, but they're here, warmed up, and we're about ready to take the field. So
you always want to close out on a win if you can going into the postseason. These teams will have their section meetings coming up in the next 24 to 48 hours. And Section 6, which Edina is part of, begins postseason play on Friday with first-round games, whereas Section 5, which Maple Grove will undoubtedly be the number one seed, will not start play until Monday. All the teams will play on Memorial Day in the afternoon at home sites of the high seeds. Pitching has been terrific for Maple Grove this year, Craig, and we're going to see Ethan Zimmerman today, but they've had a lot of guys who have really stepped up. Aiden Hansen, another guy who is going to the All-Star game along with Chayton Fisher, has had a great season. But they've gotten contributions from a lot of arms this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Aiden Hansen, he had an ERA of 0.00 through the first 15 games this season. So, yeah, some impressive arms for the Maple Grove Crimson.
Lineups being introduced now out on the field for Edina, and that traditional green with the gold trim and white. Being part of a Section 6 tournament, talking to Coach Nevers, really tough Hopkins team at the top that's played well this season. They'll be the number one seed in that section, and he figures their team will be about third or fourth, and you give it a go in the postseason and roll the dice, see what happens, and you get your best performances at the end of the year and try to get to the state tournament.
Yeah, there's been a lot of close games for Edina. Coach Nevers said they lost 5 one-run games, and they were up in every one of those games.
There's our weather for today. Sunny skies, just under 70 degrees right now with winds out of the east-southeast, 10 miles per hour, and gusting a little bit higher, but a beautiful day for baseball, especially compared, Craig, to a lot of days that these kids have had to try to play or had to postpone games. We were originally supposed to televise Maple Grove during the regular season against New Ulm in April. That got rained out. They finally made that up last Friday. A Crimson win 2-0 that day, but it was an awful April, and there have been some days in May that haven't been so good. So this is beautiful.
Yeah, we'll take it for sure. I know a lot of the spring sports in the state of Minnesota have had a rough start, a lot of reschedules. Everything from tennis to track to baseball. So yeah, we'll take the 68 degrees here with a little bit of a breeze coming out from the left to right field. So we'll take it.
Tough for coaches and for the athletic director is trying to schedule umpires or reschedule and transportation and all that, not to mention tough on the athletes too when you're ready to play a game or even get out to practice and not able to do so.
Yep, absolutely.
Crimson starters being introduced and running out to the field now. So we're about ready to start this one at Maple Grove. We'll take a break. We'll come back. First pitch next. Edina Maple Grove baseball on CCX.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Back at Maple Grove High School and ready for first pitch. Edina Maple Grove today on CCX, end of the regular season. High school baseball, coverage of the section playoffs beginning next week on CCX. I think this Maple Grove team, high hopes, Craig, of getting to the state tournament this year for the first time in 5 years. A really solid group of seniors. They had introduced them earlier before the game, and a good underclassmen beneath them. And just a good, solid ball club.
Yeah, absolutely. 12 seniors on the squad here for the Crimson. And, you know, this is Coach Peterson's first year, so definitely off to a great start. Taking what Coach Carlson had done for the last 24 years prior and putting together a very strong season here and getting ready for some playoff baseball.
Look at the starting pitcher today for Maple Grove. It's Ethan Zimmerman. His record this year, 4-1, 31 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out better than a batter an inning, an ERA of under 2, 1.99, senior right-hander. So he'll go against Lewis Meyer, Jack McCoy, and Caden Morgan to get us started here this afternoon. We settle in. Thanks for joining us today on CCX. Wind blowing out to right field. First pitch of the game by Myers, fouled back to the screen. Ball low, it's 1-1 to Meyer. Meyer comes in hitting .392 for Edina. 4 extra base hits, 10 runs batted in, and 14 runs scored. It's this one in the air to left, hangs up. Devin Hornbacher out there makes the catch for the first out of the ball game.
Yeah, nice line shot out there to Hornbacher to make the grab out in left field. Gives Crimson that first out of the game.
Left-handed hitting Jack McCoy, the batter. The left fielder swinging at the first pitch out to center, carrying deep, still carrying, and to the fence. It'll be an extra base hit, a double for Jack McCoy. That one just kept going. Jacob Kilser, I think at first thought he had it measured, but that the wind they mentioned right before the first pitch blowing out certainly got a hold of that ball.
Yeah, definitely got caught up in that jet stream and caused a little bit of a fits out there for Kilser.
So runner in scoring position for Edina with 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. Caden Morgan, the batter. Pitch is low, ball 1. Morgan this season, .241 batting average. 6 doubles, though, on the season. 9 runs scored. Zimmerman's pitch is low. 2-0 throw down to second, but McCoy was easily back.
Maple Grove just keeping McCoy honest out there at second.
Outside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. The count to Morgan. Adam Begholt on deck for the Hornets. Caught and a miss. Good pitch by Zimmerman. It's 2-2. Inside corner called strike 3 on Morgan. 2 away.
Yeah, good pitch there by Zimmerman, getting that inside corner.
Two outs, runner at second, and Adam Begholt, the cleanup hitter, up. First pitch swinging, foul tip, strike 1. Begholt, the senior. Berghold this season with a couple of home runs, 4 doubles, got some power.
Good stop there by Chayton Fisher, the catcher.
1-1 to Bergholt, swing and a miss, 1-2. Called strike 3. Nice pitch. Dropped right in the strike zone, Craig. And back-to-back strikeouts for Zimmerman to end the top of the first.
Yeah, it was a great pitch there by Zimmerman. No damage. Giving up that double out to center with that little wind stream out there. But, yeah, great pitch there then that half inning.
No runs on a hit. And 1 left on for Edina after half an inning. As we take a look at the batting order for Jeff Peterson and the 15-3 Crimson. Tanner Albeck is the third baseman. He will lead off for Maple Grove. Denton Hornbacher batting second in left field. Chayton Fisher, the catcher, bats third. Then it's Hunter Gerber at first. Mason South, the DH, hitting for the pitcher Zimmerman, bats fifth. Aiden McMahon gets the start in right field and bats sixth. Zane Bytens at second, batting seventh. Brian O'Dwyer at short, hitting eighth, and Jacob Kilzer, the center fielder, batting ninth. And the defense for the Edina Hornets. Broholm at first base, Meyer at second, Nevers at shortstop, and Munson at third. McCoy in left field, Caden Morgan in center, Jack Dobish in right, Owen Hatch is the catcher. And the pitcher today for the Hornets, it's the left-hander Soren Apple. 1-0, has pitched 13 in the third innings on the season. The ERA of 5.78 on the season. And they just played a game yesterday, and that always kind of affects your pitching a little bit, Craig. They had a win over Champlin Park last night. Soren getting the start today, and as we mentioned, they start section tournament play yet this week. So you got to be a little careful with your arms and who you use and when. Not that Soren's not capable at all, but he is the one that's getting the call today. Just his second start of the season. Tanner Albeck stepping in for Maple Grove to lead it off in the home half of the first. First pitch strike from Epple. Sliced away, and he's quickly ahead of ball back 2 strikes.
That ball flaring foul right over the Crimson batting cage.
Albeck comes in with a .286 batting average, but he's also walked a team high 11 times. And that's translated into 21 runs scored. Leads Maple Grove.
Yeah, Albeck's baseball IQ and getting on base has helped out the Crimson get some runs.
Swing and a miss, and Epple, good start for him. Gets Albeck to chase. 1 away. The Maple Grove first.
Yeah, Epple with a nice pitch there to send Albeck packing back to the dugout. Went up with that pitch, and Albeck went after it.
Devin Hornbacher, another senior from Maple Grove. It's a start in left field today. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. .233 batting average, 9 RBIs, and 3 extra base hits this season in 18 games. Called strike there. 1-1. Two and 1.
Hornbacher, a dual athlete, played in the Crimson football state title game and was their starting wide receiver.
3-1. I asked Jeff Peterson before the season. We did a season preview story on the Crimson. Zeppel looks in on the 3-1 pitch. It's called strike. How much does it help having guys who played in that championship run in football? Chayton Fisher was on the hockey team that finished second at state. He said he thought a lot of, winning breeds more winning. And he thought there's a lot of carryover as Hornbacher draws a walk. He said you want to have kids who've had success. And obviously they're good athletes too. That doesn't hurt. But he thought just the experience of having all those guys and there are a lot of football players, especially on this team, that have gone through that.
Yeah, 13 players on this Crimson team were part of the football team that played at US Bank Stadium in that state championship game. So I think getting that experience, that exposure in the spotlight, it's, that winning tradition makes a difference.
So Hornbacher draws a walk, and it's ball 1 on the first pitch to Chayton Fisher. Fisher, a .373 hitter on the season, and 20 runs batted in to lead the team. Hits this one back to the mound. Epple will go to first, and they get that out, and Hornbacher moves up to second.
Yeah, nice bunt there by Chayton to advance the runner.
Well, he does get Hornbacher down into scoring position. They give Hunter Gerber a chance here. Drive him in. Gerber, a .321 batting average, 7 doubles, 1 home run, 12 runs batted in. Nick, first baseman, takes the first pitch outside for a ball.
Yeah, Gerber's been having a good season, been hitting the ball well.
Called strike. 1-1. Swing and a miss by Gerber. It's 1-2. Apple a strike away from getting out of this inning. One around, called strike 3. It was just strike 3 for the third out of the inning. Each pitcher with 2 strikeouts in the first. Maple Grove, no runs, no hits. They leave 1. 1 inning complete here at Maple Grove. No score, Edina and the Crimson.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV. Hornets and the Crimson, no scores. We move to the top half of the second inning. John Jacobson, Greg Dexheimer with you on CCX this afternoon. Final game of the high school regular season. And if they had a game scheduled for tomorrow, it could probably be rained out anyway.
Looks like it's going to be rained out, yes.
It's like a 100% chance of rain from about 4 a.m. on. Jackson Nevers, leadoff hitter. Takes first pitch low for a ball. Jackson, the sophomore, he's the middle of 3 boys for head coach Tom Nevers. Pretty good when you can be a starter as a sophomore, right?
Absolutely.
And the shortstop, 2-0. Now called strike, 2-1. Fouled away, 2-2.
Nevers dispensing some souvenirs here on senior night. The crowd is filling in. Good crowd here at Maple Grove High School.
Two hit him, and Nevers is on to lead off the second. Look at some of the crowd here today at Maple Grove.
Yeah, but like we were saying, beautiful night for baseball. Senior night, Maple Grove's 12 seniors being recognized pregame.
So the leadoff runner on for Edina, and Tyler Munson, the third baseman, coming up for first and back in as Nevers. One and 0. Munson getting ahead. Zimmerman's 1-1 pitch to Munson up high. One pitch fouled back, 2-2.
Yeah, Zimmerman hanging in there. Bringing the count back up to 2-2 here.
The control has been pretty good this season in the 33 innings that he's pitched this season now. Just 9 walks allowed. Swing and a miss, and there's his third strikeout. One away here in the Edina second. Munson goes down.
Yeah, Zimmerman with 33 strikeouts coming into today's game and now adding to that total. Chose to go high with that pitch. Not a bad location.
First pitch misses, ball 1. To Leighton Schmidt. Played in only his 4th varsity game this year. But he's 3 for 5 at the plate. That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
My math tells me that's a 600 batting average. 2-0 now to the DH. Schmidt hitting for the pitcher Epple. Cutting a miss there. Good pitch by Zimmerman to get a strike up on the board. Fouled back. 2-2. Called strike 3. That's a good pitch. A tough one for a pitcher to reach. A great one if you're a pitcher, right?
Yeah, Shane Fisher making that call out to Zimmerman on that pitch, and Zimmerman liked it, nodded. Oh, even looking back over to first to keep the runner honest.
Nevers diving back again. So now 4 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3 for Ethan Zimmerman. 2 away. And Jack Dobish fouls the first pitch off. Dobish is senior. Fouled back, and Zimmerman ahead on him, 2 strikes. Dobish, good batting average this season, .326. 3 extra base hits, 7 runs batted in. But behind here, 0-2 to Zimmerman. Swing and a miss. Change up by Zimmerman. He strikes out the side after hitting the first batter. Nevers comes back, and Edina retired. No runs, no hits. They leave 1 inning and a half. No score. Hornets in the Crimson.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
No score as we head to the home half of the second inning today at Maple Grove. Edina, no runs on a hit. Maple Grove, no runs, no hits. And the number 5 hitter for the Crimson coming up, Mason South, will be fouled by Aiden McMahon and Zane Vitens.
Yeah, South currently leading the team in batting average for the Crimson.
Cutting a miss on the first pitch from Soren Epple. South was terrific in football last fall as a defensive end. play college football next year, Craig.
Yep, up at North Dakota.
1-1 pitch driven out to right center field. This is going to get to the fence. South digging for second, and he'll be in with a leadoff double.
Yeah, South representing there, showing why he's the team leader for batting average. That ball was flaring, kind of almost a golf-like slice out towards right center field, and getting caught up in that wind. Nice hit by South.
His 6th double of the season. That's second on the team. Excuse me, third on the team. Fisher with 8, Gerber with 7 coming into today. And it brings up Aiden McMahon. Right fielder. Number 6 hitter. And it's a called strike. McMahon just getting back into form in baseball. Been back a couple of weeks after missing most of the football season, all of the hockey season, and first part of the baseball season. But good for him to work hard to be able to get back and get part of a senior year in baseball.
Yeah, Aiden coming off ACL surgery in October, so it's good to see him back on the mound here.
Bounces in the dirt. Good stop by Hatch, though, and keeps South down at second base. 1-2, the count to McMahon. Two and two.
John, you mentioned it earlier, these players that have played in the hockey and football state tournaments. Aiden, part of that, state runner-up football and hockey teams here. So another one of those repping Crimson Sports in the state tourneys.
It's tie. Now Apple's falling behind, 3-2. Flare out to right field, but it's going to hang up. And the put out made there by Jack Dobish. South will hold. 1 down.
That ball seemed to come off hot off the bat, but a little bit of wind knocked it down, and no trouble out there on that play. So
St. Vincent's senior second baseman comes to the plate. 1 on and 1 out for the Crimson in the bottom of the second. Apple's pitch foul back. Missed away, 1-1. Two and 1.
Got some information on the Maple Grove seniors. One of his favorite memories for Zane was last year's section tournament runs. So I know Maple Grove looking to do some damage again here in sections.
I mentioned earlier, looking for their first state tournament appearance since 2017. 3-1.
Yeah, Maple Grove, first time winning the conference championship since 2012.
Apple looks back at South, and the 3-1 pitch fouled back, and the count is full now to Vitens. Brian O'Dwyer on deck. Fouled out of play. But still 3-2 to the Crimson second baseman. On the way again.
Vitent's one of the season-long captains for the Crimson, along with Aiden Hansen, Cole Newell, and Aiden McMahon.
Three and two, hit out into right field. Dobish settles under it, makes the catch, 2 away. 2 putouts for the Hornets right fielder now in the inning, and then brings up O'Dwyer.
Yeah, Dobish earning his salary this half inning out there in right field.
Brian O'Dwyer, senior shortstop. And a first pitch strike from Eppel. You mentioned Cole Newell a moment ago. Expected to be one of their top pitchers coming in the season. Got hurt very early in the year, hurt his arm, out for the year. And they've been successful even without him being able to contribute. I think you feel bad for Cole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Too, not being able to play.
Yeah, one of the top pitchers not being able to play his senior year.
1-2 pitch. Apple's open for strike 3. A little bit low. 2-2. That was close.
Very close there.
That's a called strike 3. Great pitch by Apple on the inside corner. Gets O'Dwyer looking, and the strikeout. So he works off of the leadoff double by South. No runs for Maple Grove on a hit. They lead 1. They've stranded 2. We have played 2 innings. No score. Maple Grove and Edina.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Welcome back to Maple Grove High School. Getting ready for the 3rd inning of play. No score between the Crimson and the Hornets here this afternoon. Here's a look at Tom Nevers, the head coach for Edina. Second season of being able to coach on the field. He was named head coach before the 2020 season. Of course, we didn't have a 2020 season, so really the second full season. And Tommy said, well, in some ways it's more like the first, because you don't have all the restrictions that you had even last year.
Right.
Well, even though he had a season a year ago, a delayed season. Owen Hatch hits it out to second. By tenths over to Gerber, 1 away.
Yeah, that 2020 season, definitely an interesting experience for any individual, whether it's your first year coaching or a senior. I know my son was a senior at the time here at Maple Grove and didn't have a senior baseball season that year, but thankfully had a chance to play summer Legion ball and at least close out his varsity season that way.
First pitch is a called strike as we're back to the top of the order for Edina to Lewis Meyer. Yeah, we did a few stories that spring with the senior athletes who were missing their senior season in various sports, and just really tough. You know, some of the Legion players got a chance to play, but in some sports you didn't have an opportunity to compete in it. If you were track and field athlete, for instance, fouled back by Meyer. He thought, well, that was a good pitch, and Just was off it a bit, and it's 1-2. Zimmerman shaking off Fisher. Now he gets the sign he likes. There's 1-2 pitch, hit in the air, out to right field, drifting back, and that is going to be over the head or to the right of McMahon, and it's a leadoff, their one-out double for Lewis Meyer. Their second hit of the game. That one just kind of kept pushing farther away from McMahon.
Yeah, that ball well hit, caught up in the wind, and just carried.
Right.
The wind's been interesting here, John.
Yeah,
some balls it's knocking down, and other ones it's just lifting up.
Now Jack McCoy, who doubled in his first at-bat, now the batter for Edina. The runner in scoring position for the Hornets. First pitch strike to him as Zimmerman looks back at second. And then comes home to McCoy. Missed inside, 1-1. One pitch, looks it back out of play behind us.
Right over the top of the broadcast booth here, John.
I love how you call it a booth. It's
yes.
a table. We'll sell it as a booth. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss by McCoy for the second out and the 6th strikeout in 6 2/3 innings, or 2 2/3 innings rather, for Zimmerman.
Yeah, Zimmerman putting that pitch in a spot that is going to be very difficult for any hitter to get at. So great decision there by Zimmerman to get that 3rd strike.
Broke on McCoy a little bit, and he went after it. There's the second out. First pitch low to Caden Morgan.
Zimmerman heading to St. Scholastica in Duluth next year to play for the Saints. Continue on with his baseball career.
2-0. And Morgan takes time. Zimmerman again looking back at the runner Meyer at second. It's 2-0 pitch grounded into the dirt, foul. Nice pick up by Coach Nevers.
Yeah, Meyer's starting to get a little bigger lead out there at second base.
Look at Tom Nevers. He's one of the great athletes in Edina history. 1989 guy in hockey and baseball standout. Played in the Astros organization. Called strike 2-2. I think Morgan thought that was low, but Zimmerman gets the call and evens up the count. Two pitch. That is low. 3-2. Throw down to second, and Meyer back in onto the tag of O'Dwyer.
Yeah, Chayton's eyeing up that throw down to second. You can just feel it.
Green 2 to Morgan, swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, no need for a throw down there, John.
A 1-out double for Edina, but then back-to-back strikeouts. Zimmerman pitching strong. And there's still no score here in Maple Grove.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
No score, Edina and Maple Grove. We head to the bottom half of the third inning today at Maple Grove High School. Jeff Peterson, first year as head coach at Maple Grove. Got a lot of coaching experience, though, Craig, over the years. A Park Center graduate and really good baseball guy.
Yeah, Coach Peterson played for 4 years baseball down at Minnesota State. And, yeah, he's off to a great start here in the first season for his head coaching debut.
Plays Darby Carlson, who was the only varsity coach Maple Grove had since they opened in the late 90s.
Yeah, Coach Carlson, 24 years the head coach here at Maple Grove. Had a chance to connect up with Coach Carlson here this morning to talk about tonight's game, and he said he's very proud of the season that Maple Grove is having under the leadership of Jeff Peterson and the fine group of assistant coaches. So Coach Carlson definitely handed off the team over to Coach Peterson and staff, and they're looking to do some damage here. Hopefully go deep into the sectional state tournament.
Soren Eppel gets 2 innings. A new pitcher for Edina as Tommy Schnell will come on, senior, to start the third inning. Jacob Kilzer, the only player yet to bat in the game, the number 9 hitter, takes the first pitch ball from Schnell. That's just one foul, and it's 1-1. Schnell this season has pitched 18 innings. It's his 6th game pitched. He's 1-0 on the season. ERA of 2.33. 20 strikeouts in the 18 innings that he's pitched. That was a called strike, a little bit delayed call, and it's 2-2 now. I was about to say 3-1. Three and 2 to Kilzer, leadoff hitter for Maple Grove. Kilzer drives this one out to right field. Nice running catch by Dobish to make the grab. One away.
Yeah, Dobish had a line on that line drive immediately off the bat. Was sprinting to that spot, and perfect timing, perfect catch.
One away, back to the top of the order for Maple Grove and Tanner Albeck. Struck out against Eppel in the first. Way up high, ball 1. Two and 0.
Yeah, talking to Coach Tommy Nevers before the game, you know, he said he was going to be doing some interesting things with his lineup, I think coming off of a busy end of the season here, so looking like he's going to make some switches here in the lineup throughout the game.
Popped up on the infield, drifting back out on the grass and making a nice grab, falling into the outfield was Lewis Meyer, the second baseman. It looked like it was going to be Berghold at first, but that all kind of drifted, and Meyer, the second baseman, they reached back for, but makes a great grab.
Yeah, I think the wind might be a little bit stronger up higher there. I know it's 10 miles an hour on the field, but that ball was circling. Heck of a grab there for Edina.
2 outs, and here's Hornbacher. First pitch outside to him. Walked in the first. Was stranded at second. Lifts this one out in the air to left field. Jack McCoy makes the catch. Crimson down quietly in the third. 3 up, 3 down. They go to the fourth. No score, Edina and Maple Grove.
We do a lot of hard labor. A lot of it is driven by technology. We were one of the very first in our area to get vaccinated. We trust experts in their field. We're fifth-generation farmers providing the safest, most economical food because of science. What if we're in a farm accident? There is no room. All the hospital resources are going towards COVID. The vaccine is a tool in our toolkit of how we succeed as a family or as a business. When the sun's setting, we did a good day's work and we can face tomorrow.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. Basically, he had to relearn everything. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
Head to the top of the fourth inning, no score. Crimson and the Hornets, I mentioned a couple of times, this is the final game of the regular season. These teams get ready for postseason play. It'll be interesting to see how the seedings go. We have a great idea, I think, where Maple Grove is going to be. They're going to be number one. First pitch hitting, it's driven by Berghold, and that's going to be an extra base hit. Berghold digging for second, Hornbacher up with it, and it'll be a leadoff double for Adam Berghold, the cleanup hitter for Edina.
Yeah, Berghold catching that ball off the bat directly into the wind, all the way back towards the fence there. Easy stand-up double.
Third double of the game for Edina. Let's see if they can do something with this one. Jackson Nevers hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Swings and misses on the first offering here from Zimmerman. One ball, one strike. Kind of missed by Nevers. It's 1-2. This missed. 2-2. Berghold the runner down at second. 2-2 pitch on the way to Nevers. Called strike three. Zimmerman now has recorded 10 outs, 8 of them, Craig, by strikeouts.
By strikeouts, yeah. So he's definitely adding to his strikeout count on the season, coming in again with 33 strikeouts. Another great pitch location.
One away, and first pitch strike to Tyler Munson, who struck out in his first at bat. Zimmerman working quickly. Deals a nice pitch in for a strike. 0-2.
Yeah, Zimmerman not wasting much time on the mound there, getting work done quickly.
Inside 1-2. I like his mix of pitches too, and able to catch Edina hitters looking a few times and just guessing wrong on others. Well, they do have the 3 doubles in 3+ innings, but no runs yet. 0-2 pitch, or low. 2-2 now.
Little communication there between Chayton Fisher and Zimmerman on that pitch. Chayton giving him a couple signals out there on the mound, but Zimmerman shaking those off. We'll see. Be interesting to see what he comes back with here.
Missed 3-2. Foul back. Got a bat here. A battle between Munson and Zimmerman. 3-2 again.
Yeah, Munson trying to do his best to drive up Zimmerman's pitch count.
3-2 pitch, grounded to short. Dwyer up with it. He'll fire to first, 2 away. Go back across the diamond. Berghold had advanced to third, but didn't really turn the bag much. So he is down to third. Our first runner that's reached third base tonight. 2 down for the Hornets. And Leighton Schmidt, the DH, coming up.
Yeah, nice play there by shortstop O'Dwyer to grab that ground ball and swing it over to first to get that out.
This pitch, he is a strike. A little bit low. One. Oh, there's a strike. The umpire's a little bit delayed sometimes.
He does have that delayed call, so keeps us all in suspense here.
I guess second delay and think, oh, it is a strike. 0-2 to Schmidt. Fisher unable to hang on to it. He hangs in there at 0-2. Schmidt trying to get Edina its first run of the ball game. Swing and a miss. A strikeout number 9 through 4 innings for Ethan Zimmerman. And Edina strands yet another runner. No runs on a hit. Leave 1. They have stranded 4. 3.5 innings. Still no score.
We do a lot of hard labor. A lot of it's driven by technology. We were one of the very first in our area to get vaccinated. We trust experts in their field. We're 5th-generation farmers providing the safest, most economical food because of science. What if we're in a farm accident? There is no room. All the hospital resources are going towards COVID. The vaccine is a tool in our toolkit of how we succeed as a family or as a business. When the sun's setting, we did a good day's work and we can face tomorrow.
Still looking for our first run as we move to the bottom half of the 4th inning today at Maple Grove High School. Postseason play coming up. Maple Grove having a terrific season, will be the top seed in Section 5-4A, although that officially hasn't happened yet, the seeding. As you look at the records for each of the schools, Maple Grove at 15-3 on the season. Moundsview, the closest team to them in as far as record, 12-6. Osseo with 11 wins now in the season. Maple Grove beat them 1-0 very early in the year. These are the teams that make up Section 5, and again, tournament play starting on Monday.
Yeah, Coach Peterson saying all games are at 1 o'clock on Memorial Day.
1 o'clock, and then next round next Wednesday with 4:30 p.m. games on June 1st. Well, Maple Grove will have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters up against Tommy Schnell here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A called strike. Evens the count 1-1 to Chayton Fisher. Just outside. His Hatch trying to bring it back into the strike zone, but it's 2-1 now. Schnell working quickly as Zimmerman, he is from Maple Grove, on the mound. But now the 3-1 count to Fisher. Yeah, it's a walk for Fisher. And Maple Grove's got a leadoff runner aboard to start the 4th inning. Cole Newell will be the courtesy runner down at first base for Maple Grove. He had an arm injury. He can still run.
He can still run.
Good for him to get in on senior day and be a part of this as he runs the courtesy runner for Fisher. Hunter Gerber, the batter. First pitch up high for the Crimson first baseman. Will be one of the football captains next year for Maple Grove. One ball and one strike.
Cole Newell out there at first base. He's going to be attending NIACC in northern Iowa. So he's received a scholarship there. So
good baseball school.
Yes, absolutely.
1-1. Gerber hits it to second. It might be 2 for the Hornets. They get 1 at second. Fire to first, a double play. Nicely done by Edina. Meyer to Nevers to Berghold. 4-6-3 double play to erase Newell, and it's quickly 2 away.
Yeah, Edina defense there doing their job to keep this a 0-0 ball game and get those runners off the base paths for Maple Grove.
So 2 outs, base is clean, and now Mason South, the batter. As the only hit so far for the Crimson, a double back in the second. One and one to the Crimson DH. Lifted to second base and caught there by Meyer, and Maple Grove down in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. Still looking for a run here on CGX. No score. Edina and Maple Grove.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
John Jacobson with Craig Dexheimer. Good baseball game today here in Maple Grove. No score. Edina and Maple Grove as we move to the top half of the 5th inning.
Yeah,
good
pitchers duel here tonight.
Good pitchers duel. Good defense. Clean game. No errors so far. Just 4 hits.
Only 4 total hits in the game.
All of them doubles. 3 for Edina and 1 for Maple Grove. Control's been pretty good by the pitchers. And thus we've got 4 innings in the book in less than an hour. As we look at the teams in Section 6-4A and their records coming into play, there's Edina at 10-7, Hopkins at 15-3. Southwest with a better record, but the Hopkins has played a tougher schedule. They'll get the #1 seed, I'm almost certain. A good season for the Lakers, though, at 17-1. St. Louis Park also having a good year at 14-6. Whiteside, I thought, would have a better record than they have. They did win over Maple Grove last week. And there's a team I don't think a lot of teams would like to play in the postseason. Their hitting hasn't been great this year, but their pitching has been decent. As we get the first pitch hit here, that's going to drop in for a base hit in front of Kilzer. Jack Dovish, a leadoff single in the 5th.
Yeah, trying to see if Kilzer, I don't know, did he slip, John, out there or lose his footing?
Yeah,
but
he slipped a little bit.
Wasn't able to track that ball down, so Edina with that leadoff runner at first.
They've had the leadoff runner on in 3 of the 5 innings now.
Yeah, going back to Wayzata, you're right. I think there's a lot of teams out there that would not necessarily want to face Wayzata in the sectional tournament.
Ball low to Owen Hatch, who grounded out in his first at bat. Swings and fouls it away. 1-1.
Talking to Coach Tommy Nevers before the game, he said, you know, one of their highlights was where Edina pitched a one-hitter versus Wayzata. So Edina no stranger to close games this season.
And in another one today. Hatch ahead of the count now on Zimmerman, 2-1. Oh, it's a decent lead down at first. Zimmerman delivers. Yeah, it's a called strike. 2-2. Throw to first, and back in is Dobish.
Yeah, speaking of close games, like we mentioned earlier, the Hornets lost 5 one-run games. They were up in every one. Maple Grove 15-3 on the year, and all of their losses have only been one-run losses as well. So both these teams no stranger to close games for the losses especially.
2-2 now, the count to Hatch. Oh, drops in there beautifully for a strike, called strike 3 on Hatch.
Great pitch position there again for Zimmerman.
Strikeout number 10 for Ethan Zimmerman.
That puts him at 43 strikeouts on the season.
That brings in Lewis Meyer. Double and a flyout and 2 at-bats. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Two 2-0. Was both close, but just missed a little bit to Meyer. Three and 0. They're probably taking here, and it's a ball anyway. Ball gets away from Fisher, but not far enough where Dobish can get any farther than second. So 2 runners on for Edina with 1 out here in the 5th.
That's going to lead to Coach Peterson heading out to the mound to take a visit with Zimmerman. You know, talking to Coach Peterson before the game, you know, one thing he said is, you know, there's been a lot of adversity and injuries with the Maple Grove Crimson this year, but having to battle through that. Like you mentioned, John Cole Newell, top pitcher, you know, one of the best in the state, out for the year. You know, Sam Kilber, starting shortstop, out for the year. So looking at the pitching for Maple Grove, you know, they've really put together some arms with an ERA, a team ERA of 1.44, which is very impressive. And again, well positioned as they head into the sectional tournament.
Kleiber got hurt during, I think, House League basketball.
Yeah, House League basketball injury.
Missed all of baseball season. So the first time either team has had 2 runners on in the same inning. Hornets with runners at first and second, 1 away. And Jack McCoy, the batter. Double and a strikeout for him today. Zimmerman comes home. It's popped up. Fisher flips back the mask, but it's going to be out of play. Just hit the top and then off the steps leading into the CCX
Yeah, that
truck.
almost climbed the steps into the CCX truck there, John.
3 inches closer to the inside of the field, and Fisher's got it. Probably catches that.
Yeah, that was close.
Cut and a miss. Zimmerman working ahead of McCoy, 0-2. Called strike 3. McCoy is out on strikes. And so the 11 strikeouts that Zimmerman has, 11 have been called third strikes, Greg.
Yeah, impressive. He's finding that right pitch location.
So 2 down, and Morgan the batter. Number 3 hitter has gone out on strikes twice so far today. This pitch missing away. Good stop by Fisher, 1-0.
Zimmerman pitched in the 13 AA state championship game when Maple Grove beat Farmington. So, again, Zimmerman no stranger to big games either.
And not surprisingly, Farmington, a very strong team this year. You know, kids now high school players like these Maple Grove guys are. Strong senior class for them. 2-0 here to Morgan. Grounded foul. Hornets getting another arm warmed up. Tommy McGrain might be coming in here next for Edina as they go to, that would be their third pitcher if he does come in. For Schnell in the 5th. This is lifted well out into right field. Going back as McMahon, and it's gone. Caden Morgan with a 3-run homer, and it's 3-0 Edina.
Yeah, 3-run homer there. That ball caught up in the wind as the wind has changed a little bit of a direction now. It looks like it's blowing more out towards center field. That ball got up and just kept carrying to give the Hornets that 3-run lead.
That was tagged well, and the wind certainly helped, but that was hit well regardless. And no chance for kills are there. So Edina gets on the board with a big 2-out, 3-run homer by Morgan here in the top half of the 5th. And now Berghold, the batter. That was the first pitch out of play. Blown away, 1-1.
This Hornet team, quite young, 7 seniors, 4 sophomores, the rest juniors. So they'll be around for a few more years.
1-1 pitch and out of play, 1-2. Staying alive is Berghold as he fouls it at the plate. Now staying at 1-2. That's hit up the middle, base hit. 4th hit of the inning for Edina. Berghold's 2 for 3.
Yeah, the Hornet bat's starting to heat up a little bit right now.
Getting back to Caden Morgan, that was his second home run of the season, and now 12 RBIs. Third on the team. As Jackson Nevers fouls the first pitch off. Go to first, and back in is Berghold.
That 3-run homer, John, has quieted the Maple Grove crowd here.
A one pitch fouled away. Nevers behind 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2. I think I said fourth hit of the inning a moment ago is a throw to first. Berghold back. Third hit of the inning. That single by Berghold. 6 hits in the game total for Edina. So one hit out into center. Gilzer drifting back, makes the catch. Nevers and Edina retired, but not before they do some damage. The big 2-out home run by Caden Morgan. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 left. New scores. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's now Edina 3, Maple Grove nothing.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
My kids put skis on as they were learning to walk. I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. Being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
Caden Morgan getting ready to go in his position in center field. He gets the 3-run homer on the top of this inning. We get the Hornets on the board and give us our first runs of the game. So we move to the bottom half of the 5th inning and the 3rd pitcher of the game for Edina. It's number 17, junior Tommy McGrain. He's worked just 4 innings this season. He has allowed 6 hits. Struck out 5, 4 runs allowed, 3 of them earned, an ERA of 5.25. So Eppel and Schnell first, and now McGrain.
Batting for the Crimson, number 6, Aiden McMahon.
Aiden McMahon, the leadoff hitter for Maple Grove. Zane Vitens and Brian O'Dwyer scheduled to follow him. Popped up on the infield. Myers got it. Quickly 1 down.
Yeah, Crimson bats just struggling to get anything going here.
Yeah. First pitch strike to Vitens.
First
out to right.
First 8 games of the season, Crimson was batting under the Mendoza line, and now the Crimson are batting nearly 300 as a team. So this takes a little bit of time.
I think the Twins. Man, they were awful hitting that first, 3 weeks of the season, really.
Yeah, and then they come around last night, walk-off win in the bottom of 9.
2 balls and a strike to Vitens. Maple Grove with 8 outs to go here, trying to make up the 3-run deficit after the Morgan home run. Lifted out in the air. Morgan on his horse, and center field makes the catch. Nice running grab by the Hornets outfielder, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, Vitens with just a little flare out to center.
Off the bat for Crimson, number 10, Brian O'Dwyer.
2 up, 2 down, and O'Dwyer the batter. Struck out in his first at bat. First pitch inside corner for a strike.
Come on, Brian! I'm bad, but he's enough, kid. I'm bad.
Cutting a miss. And Green ahead. Quickly 2 strikes.
O'Dwyer heading to UW Superior next year to play some baseball.
1-2. The Yellow Jackets?
I believe so. Yeah.
Bounces that one. It's 2-2.
Be interesting to see which position O'Dwyer settles in at. For one Crimson season, he actually played 7 of the 9 positions. So, utility player.
Called strike 3. Good first inning for Tommy McGray, and he gets O'Dwyer looking, and Maple Grove out in order. Nothing across for the Crimson. We played 5, 3-0 Edina.
We do a lot of hard labor. A lot of it is driven by technology. We were one of the very first in our area to get vaccinated. We trust experts in their field. We're 5th-generation farmers providing the safest, most economical food because of science. What if we're in a farm accident? There is no room. All the hospital resources are going towards COVID. The vaccine is a tool in our toolkit of how we succeed as a family or as a business. When the sun's setting, we did a good day's work and we can face tomorrow.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. Basically, he had to relearn everything. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
Edina 3, Maple Grove nothing as we move to the top of the 6th inning today at Maple Grove. Dogs on hand, or at least one. And it's a nice day to bring your pet to the ball game.
Yeah, is it bring your dog to the ballpark day, John? Fitting in here with quite a few fans here for senior night.
And Aiden Hansen, senior, will get a chance to pitch today for Maple Grove, replacing Ethan Zimmerman, who worked the first 5 innings, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs, struck out 11. And gave up the 3-run homer to Morgan for the only runs of the game. Hansen's had a terrific season, Craig, with pitching-wise. 28 innings pitched, to 16 hits allowed, and only 3 earned runs, and has struck out 37.
Yeah, he had a 0.00 ERA through the first 15 games of the season. So talk about a great way to start off.
Grounded to second. Throw to first and 1 away. Munson retired to start the 6th. Vitens to Gerber, 1 out.
Hansen heading to Bismarck State next year on a baseball scholarship. Keep that baseball career alive.
First pitch strike. And quickly 0-2. Up high, 1-2. Fouled back and out of play. Swing and a miss. Hansen gets a strikeout for out number 2.
Yeah, Hansen wasting no time, taking care of a few strikeouts here. Top of the 6th.
Nobody on, 2 away, and Jack Dobish. Dobish, who started that last inning with a base hit, and eventually scored on the home run by Morgan. Swing and a miss, it's 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Just missed. That count goes full, 3-2.
Hansen with that 6'4" frame looks pretty big on that mound coming at you.
And it's ball 4 to Dobish. He's on board for the second time in the game. Cam Chrysler, number 22, will hit here in the number 9 spot for Owen Hatch.
Looks like home plate umpire checking his notes.
Chrysler's been one of the top pitchers this season for Edina. A 3-1 record and an ERA of 2.59. And the chance today at the plate here with 2 outs in the Edina 6th. First pitch strike for Maiden Hansen. One and one.
Hansen pitching to Fisher. They were both selected to play in the state all-star game in Chaska this June. So kudos to both of them on that honor.
Swing and a miss by Chrysler, and it's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Hansen gets 2 strikeouts in the inning, and Edina's retired in the 6th. No runs, no hits. They leave 1, go to the bottom of the 6th. Maple Grove needing runs. They're down 3-0.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Edina up on Maple Grove, 3-0 as we go to the home half of the 6th inning. Jacob Kilser laid it off for the Crimson, and then back to the top of the order for Maple Grove. First pitch swinging, hits it out in the air to center field. Morgan drifts over and makes the catch. One pitch, one out in the Crimson 6th. They have just one hit today in the Mason South double, leading off the 2nd inning.
Yeah, bats have been quiet since that point.
Yeah, a couple of walks and that's it. Nobody past second base. He'll 1 away and Tanner Allback. 0 for 2 today. First pitch strike. McGrain his 2nd inning of work. Allback chased that one and it's 0-2.
Yeah, that ball was just a bit touch high there. Talking to Coach Peterson this morning, John, he said that, the St. Cloud tournament earlier this year was big. It was 3 games in 2 days, and the Bats woke up. It was a turning point for their season. So I think he's hoping to get some of that electricity back for the Bats here, just like in the St. Cloud tournament, to see if they can get something put together here in the bottom of the 6th.
Allback steps back in now. No balls and 2 strikes to the Crimson third baseman. Fouls it off. Allback, another guy who had a terrific football season for Maple Grove. The senior coming back in the fall. It's this one in the air to left on the run, and it pops out of the glove of McCoy, and getting down to second will be Allback.
Yeah, that ball just seemed to float and float and float. And Maple Grove now with a runner at second with 1 out.
So Allback into second base. With 1 out here in the 6th. Hornbacher the plate. McCoy just couldn't come up with a catch. They rule it in error, so it's an E7 on McCoy. Grain's own 1 pitch to Devin Hornbacher outside.
Hornbacher, one of 6 seniors for the Crimson that played together on the 2018 MBT State Championship team back for OMGAA Storm with South, Aiden McMahon, Cole Newell, Cameron Elder, and Shayton Fisher.
Yeah, both coaches mentioned to us before the game that some guys banged up. Cam Elder's the one that's not in the lineup today. Oh, inside. Hornbacher thought that was. I thought that was inside.
It looked inside from this vantage point.
Took a look back and walks back to the dugout. Not pleased, and there's 2 outs.
Yeah, also for Edina, Will Couchman was named 2022 Metro West All-Star Team, but haven't seen him today.
No, right.
So both teams jockeying the lineups a bit with injuries.
Shayton Fisher fouls the first pitch off. Yeah, Couchman, guy with some accolades for Edina this season, and always a big honor to make those all-star teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
McGrain works ahead of Fisher, 2 strikes. Shayton trying to get a run in here for Maple Grove. Allback down at second. 1-2.
Fisher with a little different haircut than he had in the state hockey tournament, though.
Got to cut a little bit.
Yeah, he was keeping Twitter active out there with his haircut for the Minnesota State hockey tourney.
Tries it out into center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Allbeck, good speed around third. He will score, and Maple Grove is on the board. Now going down to second, and in safely is Fisher. Edina didn't play that as well as they would have liked. They didn't get the runner, and then to play the cutoff terribly well either. And allows Fisher to take the extra base.
Yeah, Fisher there with a heads-up baseball running play to get over to second base. And Maple Grove having a little fire in the dugout and in the crowd here to get a run on the board.
Good solid hit for Fisher to drive in the run. Hunter Gerber takes the first pitch for a ball. Way. Newell, the courtesy runner, again down at second base for Fisher.
Gerber's bat has been a little quiet leading up to this point, considering his how he's been hitting earlier this year.
Called strike. It's 1-2 down to Gerber. The RBI for Chayton Fisher is team high 21st of the season. Gerber tags one out to the gap in left center field. This is going to bring another run home. Newell scores. Digging for second is Gerber. He's in with a double, and it's 3-2.
Well, Newell trading spaces there with Gerber. And Gerber with a solid double out to left center. That's going to lead to a mound visit for Coach Tommy Nevers.
8th double of the season for Gerber, and now the tying run aboard for Maple Grove.
Yeah, that ball hit right in the gap there for Gerber, left center. And Maple Grove making this cutting the lead for Edina from 2 down to 1 there to make it a 3-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now Mason South, the batter. Double and a pop out and 2 at bats.
Again, Mason South coming into the season leading the Crimson in the team batting average category.
South goes down to first. And they'll pitch instead to Aiden McMahon. Michael Ross is the runner down at second base for Gerber. McMahon hitting it to third. They tagged the runner out, it looked like, and then over to first. I don't know if he got the runner, Ross, or not, but making sure. Munson throws to first and a big third out for Edina. Maple Grove does get a couple of runs, though, to get on the board. 2 runs, 2 hits, an error, and 2 left on. Go to the 7th inning now. It's 3-2, Edina.
Owen, when you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
We didn't know what the future would hold, but we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Back in Maple Grove, wind's been pretty steady. Clouds have definitely moved in, Craig, since the start of the game. Get ready for rain in, 10 hours or so?
I think it's on its way. You can feel it.
Swing and a miss by Lewis Meyer, top of the order for Edina here in the 7th. They lead 3-2 over Maple Grove. Hornets with 3 runs in the 5th. Maple Grove 2 in the 6th. And look, we got another 1-run game like these teams have been used to a lot this season. 1-1 to Meyer. Fouls it away, and Gerber gets Chase out of play.
Yeah, out of the 8 games of losses, 3 for Maple Grove, 5 for Edina, 1-run ball game. So here we are.
Meyer with a double and a walk and a run scored in 3 at-bats. The only Edina players put it in play in each of his at-bats. Hanson was ready to walk off the mound. He thought he had strike 3 there. 3-2 now to Meyer. Swing and a miss. And Meyer goes down.
Yeah, Hanson with a nice pitch there again. I'm not sure if there's any batter in the batter's box that's going to be able to make contact with that pitch. It's a great location.
I said Meyer had put it in play every time. What I meant to say is the only one that hadn't struck out so far today.
Sure.
But now he has. Swing and a miss by Jack McCoy, who struck out twice. He had a double back in the first. That's 14 strikeouts for Maple Grove pitching today. Zimmerman and Hanson. High chopper to second. Vitens throws to first. And they can't hang on. And McCoy reaches. The Maple Grove error. Back in the 5th inning, our next batter, Caden Morgan, did this with 2 outs. Tagged one out to the scoreboard and right center field and knocked it out for a 3-run homer for Edina's only runs today, but it's been enough so far, and they lead it 3-2. So McCoy reaches on the error. Morgan coming to the plate with 1 out. Off the mound, they go to second for 1, back to first. Gerber with the scoop for the double play.
Heck of a scoop there by Gerber.
Good defensive play by Maple Grove. Vitens to O'Dwyer to Gerber. 4-6-3, and Edina's retired. No runs, no hits in error, nobody left. Last chance for Maple Grove, bottom of the 7th coming up. It's 3-2 Hornets.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
New pitcher for Edina. It's Jack Dobish, who started the game in right field. Jack McCoy replaces him out in right field now, and Dobish will try to get the save here. He's worked 8 1/3 innings this season, a record of 1-1. ERA of 2.52. 10 strikeouts in the 8.1 innings. So the fourth Edina pitcher of the day. Trying to close it out here against Maple Grove. Look at that. Just a little home-cooked meal for the boys.
A little senior night potluck here, put on by the Maple Grove junior parents to recognize the 12 seniors for Maple Grove Crimson tonight. So yeah, it looks pretty tasty down there. A little taco salad, chips, get the grill fired up, some dogs.
You don't need much more than that, right?
Screams baseball. You know, last night, John, at the Twins game, I put nacho cheese on a hot dog. Recommendation, it was fantastic.
Yeah?
First time ever.
And you got to see a Twins victory. So
yeah, good game.
Well, Doba's trying to finish off the Crimson here. 7, 8, and 9 hitters up for Maple Grove. 5-10 to lead it off. It's 1-1. The senior second baseman. All the way, 1-2.
Viten's representing that Coach Wooden student athlete. Student first. He's got all A's in his high school career, so.
That is not bad. One and two. Hit out, and it's a big hit. Or go lined out, excuse me. I thought it got past the infielder. A little blocked by the screen in front of me, and instead a good catch by Neverson's one away. Nathan Schmidt will hit here for O'Dwyer in the number 8 spot. Schmidt coming up for the first time today. Crimson sophomore. Schmidt on the season in varsity ball. 4 for 12, 333 batting average.
Yeah, the sun's starting to peek back out between the clouds here. First, it looked like it might have even rain a little bit sooner than we thought. Hopefully, it's going to hold off.
Good pitch from Dobish, a strike call to Schmidt. Missed inside and low, 1-1. Called strike, and it's 1-2 to Schmidt. Dobish trying to close it out here for the Hornets. Be a big win for them to end the regular season. Ooh. That was missed outside, 2-2.
Couldn't have missed by much.
Dobish pitch fouled away. Schmidt hanging in there. Still 2-2.
Yeah, Schmidt battling.
Two pitch, and it's grounded to Nevers. Up with it. Sophomore across to first. 2 down. Last chance for Maple Grove, and Cam Elder will pinch hit here, hitting for Jacob Kilzer in the 9 spot. Elder's had a good season at the plate, .344 batting average for Maple Grove. .11 for 32 on the season at the plate.
Elder heading out to Northeastern University in Boston.
Oh, yeah. Good school.
He's going to study abroad in the first semester. It's not a bad way to start your college career.
Not bad. Well, Elder trying to get on any way he can here. Representing the tying run. Crimson hoping it can turn the order over and get back up to Albeck on deck. Dover's trying to close it out here. There's pitch high for ball 1. Fouled away. 1-1.
Yeah, fouled back into that new soccer complex back here with that turf. A couple years ago, that would have been gone into a high weed pile, I think, John.
Right,
so
right.
It's a very well done area back there now.
Called strike, and we were on down to its final strike as it's 1-2 to Elder. Missed. 2-2. Foul back. Elder stays alive.
Yeah, Elder doing what he could there to just make contact, follow that off.
2-2 pitch. Elder gets it in for a base hit, drops it into center. Maple Grove still alive, tying run aboard here in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, Elder doing what he needed to do, getting on base, battling through that pitch count. Tying run at first base. Maple Grove keeping it interesting here with 2 outs in the bottom of 7.
Top of the order, Albeck reached on an error, and it's his last at bat. He's officially 0 for 3 with a run scored. This pitch swinging, it's out of play. Kilzer back into the game, re-enters. He's running at first. Little flare hit out into right field, and short right field making the catch is Myers to end the ball game. Didn't get quite enough of it to get over Meyer. And Meyer with another put out at second base. And that ends the ball game. A nice win for Edina. 4 pitchers combined, Craig, to allow 4 hits and just 2 runs against a good Maple Grove team. And they close out the regular season with their 11th win of the year, 3-2.
Yeah, they pieced it together like Coach Tommy never said he was going to do with the lineup, and they came through on top.
Good win for them to end the regular season, and Maple Grove headed into the postseason with a loss, but a great regular season for them, and they'll be tough to beat in the Section 5 playoffs coming up. So good luck to both of these teams in the postseason here on senior night at Maple Grove High School. For Craig Dexheimer and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Our final score again today from Maple Grove High School. It's Edina 3, Maple Grove 2.